It's that they begin to learn what their mission and their purpose is on the planet and create their business out of their mission and their purpose. But when I'm marketing, I'm going to tell them, we're going to create the foundation for a 6-figure business. Because they think that's what they want. Really what they need is they need to like clean up the past life crap that has accumulated. They need to let go of the beliefs from their family so that they can actually step into that. Does that make sense?
That totally does. 100%. It makes sense. You got to let go of some things before you can move on forward. With your steps and your program alone, altogether, have you come across any woman that's been like, oh, I want to do this, I'm ready to go for it, and then just midway, hey, I can't?
Oh, absolutely. Change is hard. And, there's lots of people out there that will teach you, here's the 7 steps. Here's how to do a webinar. Here's how to write an email. Here's how. But when it gets into, I have to do the work to change, it can get really scary. And that's the place where a lot of people will want to lean out. And it's the place I always encourage people to lean in. Keep going. Go a little further. It's really easy to want to follow a formula that's been set for you. It's much harder to move forward into your own unknown, even when you know that unknown is going to be better. Staying in the safety zone is easy. And, I've been doing this for God knows how many years. I could do the math, but I won't make you wait. And even for me, there are moments where I go, you know what, sirs, I'm done. I don't want to grow anymore. And I know that that's not true. I know that's not the reality. I just know that sometimes it's just hard. Evolution is not designed to be easy. And that's why a lot of people stay stuck. But if there's anything I could say to your people who are listening, is that even if you can just take one tiny step forward in your evolution and then stop, and then the next day take one more tiny step, life is so much sweeter. It's so much better.
Yeah, it is. Especially the growing process and I know change is hard for some people, and I don't discount that at all. But then when something happens, you're like, oh, I'm so happy I did that.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Like the first time, this was a really great day. The first time that I had a client and I said to her, it's $10,000 to work with me. And she said, okay, do I have to send a check or will you take a credit card? I mean, that was a moment that happened, and it was a really great moment. And I was just like, oh, yes, I can take a credit card. And inside I'm going, oh, can I cuss on your podcast?
Yes, you can.
She just fucking I was like, okay, I tell somebody. I got really excited. But that happened because I had done the work. I had done the inner work. I had done the work to discover what my purpose was here. I had done the work to step out of my first marriage, which was an abusive relationship. I married my high school sweetheart. So I had known him since I was 16, married him at 18, and stayed in an abusive relationship because I didn't know that I could make money, and I didn't think I could support my kids.
Wow.
And I stayed stuck for 20 years. That person had to do a lot of work to become the person who could even have the words come out of her mouth, that's $10,000 to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
Much less to be able to receive that money in.
Knowing your worth, knowing your value, and knowing what the things that you can give out to the world. I bet, I mean, I'm a procrastinator on my own. I call it a procrastination, but I don't even know what it is. But there are a lot of people who don't, they get surprised by the fact that what you have to offer, somebody needs that in their life. Like you said, you were so surprised that this woman was okay with paying that fee. And there are times when, because I teach dance and I choreograph, there are times when I set a fee and I'm like, and they just write a check. Okay, cool.
And you're like, wait, did that just happen?
Right. And it's really the happiness that comes from inside, from doing what you truly enjoy and getting paid for what you truly enjoy versus getting paid for a typical 9 to 5 job, sitting behind a desk and answering phones.
Yeah. Can we talk about being a procrastinator?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Because I think this is a really masculine, feminine thing. So our society says, work hard, get up, get on it, crush it, rock it out, go for it, dominate, do it, keep going, right? Like there's that message.
Yeah.
And then we think, oh, I'm procrastinating because I'm not finishing this thing. Sometimes that's true, right? We've got to know when that's true, and we need to catch ourselves. But when we're procrastinating, I would bet 99% of the time, it's one of two things. Number one, either the idea is not ready to be birthed yet. You're still baking it. Like, you don't get pregnant and then say, it's been 3 months and I'm procrastinating this baby. Right? Oh my gosh, we're at 6 months now and I'm still pregnant. What's wrong with me? I'm procrastinating. Mm-hmm. Right? We give the baby grows. Like we have to wait that. And it's not 9 months. Sorry. It's like 9.5, sometimes even 10 months before that baby pops out. Especially mine. I had a really slow one. Still doesn't like change a lot. But so it's either that the idea is not ready to be birthed yet, or there's something inside of us that needs to be dealt with before we can do it. So we are putting up a stumbling block because we need to do some healing before we're ready to put that out in the world. And if you put it out at the wrong time, if you push and force and grind and get it out there, then it's likely to fall flat if either of those two things are true. And so procrastination is really a gift. It's the gift of looking at, is it ready yet? Or is there something in me that I need to work on before I can do it?
Ooh, I like that. So without giving all your tools and tricks away or your methods away for free, what would be a way to find out what's happening, whether you're just procrastinating or if it's some healing, or to basically figure out what's going on?
Let me think about how we do that, because a lot of times I can hear it when I'm talking to a client. So I'll give you an example. Okay. Right now, I am in the process of writing a new free gift. We're doing some evolution in my business. We already talked about evolution being hard. Mm-hmm. And so I'm writing a new free gift. The old one won't go away. It still has value. It'll still be there, but we're writing a new one. And I want so badly to get up in the morning, to have my writing time, and to hammer that sucker out. And I can't. Like, it's just like not happening. And so I tap in, I go into a meditation, and I talk to the energy of my business. And the energy of my business says, take the dog for a walk. This is no easy task because I have to go borrow a dog for my kids. But I'm like, I have to write, I have to get, and my business would be like, no, you have to go out on the trail, take the dog. And that's very counterintuitive when you've got work to do, right? To take off in the middle of a Tuesday and take 2 hours to go walk on the trails. Uh-huh. But what happens to me when I follow that direction, what happened to me when I was trying to get the gift started and I couldn't, And that was the direction I took the dog out. And by the time I got back home, I had the whole free gift dictated into my telephone because I needed to be moving and in nature in order for it to drop in. It didn't come from my head. It came from my connection to source. It came from my wisdom. And that is not stored in my head. And I needed to get out of my head and get out into nature. And it's still not done. I still want to hammer the rest of it out. And when I sit down to hammer it out, I get complete writer's block, which is not frequent for me. Like that's not. So I know that because it's not normal for me to have writer's block, because I write a lot and I write all the time, that something else is going on. And when I tap in and I ask the energy of my business, what I'm hearing is I need to let it be birthed. I need to give it time to reveal itself. So that's what it is. If it's, oh, I'm blocked, for instance, say my little child was like, oh, you're saying some scary things. You're talking about like lighting candles to attract clients. That's really scary. Then I need to do some inner child healing, and I need to take the inner child, and we all have an inner child or several inner childs. Yeah. I need to take her out of the driver's seat and send her out to, blow bubbles. Just send that part of me out and let the adult me come back into being in charge of my business.
Mm-hmm. So and correct me if I'm fully interpreting you completely wrong. However, it sounds like a lot of the way you help your clients move along, get to their end goal, is to really get them to listen to themselves and what basically everything around them and what their body and what really is trying to tell them what's going on, when to do things versus just full force trying to be like, no, I'm going to do it. It's my way.
Absolutely. Our heads are designed to gather information and to store data, and that's it. And yet we try and do everything out of our heads. We have to listen to our bodies. We have to listen to the messages that Mama Earth is sending us.
So tell everyone how they can reach out to you to gain that, even more of that respect, more money, more clients. I mean, I would love some more clients and more money and all that fun stuff. So how do we reach out?
Love money. Yes, more money for all of us. And so it is. You can join my Facebook group at Feminine Business Magic on Facebook. You can check me out at juliefoucht.com. And we're on Instagram. I think we're still on Twitter. Maybe we're not on Twitter anymore. But we're on Instagram, LinkedIn, even Pinterest. My team's like, do you know you have a Pinterest board? I'm like, yes, I do. So they've started building that up again too.
Oh, well, thank you, Julie, for coming on, chatting with me. I think a lot of people, I like I said before, this is probably the third time I'm saying it. I think your niche is something that is taken for granted and it's needed. Like no matter what type of industry you're in, I can't think of any type of industry or just anyone living day to day just doesn't need what you have to offer.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and we'll have a free gift that we can give people too. We'll give away the guidebook to the art of feminine marketing. That'll give people a starting place for looking if they want to go deeper. And if they want to go deeper, they can buy my book or they can work with me. I'm open.
Either one works. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and chatting with me.
Thank you for having me. It's been really fun.
Ooh, guys, Julie's got a free gift for you. Why not take advantage? I personally, a lot of things that she said, I'm taking to heart. I'm listening. I'm going to take advantage. Even though I'm a coach myself, I actually enjoy learning from different coaches, different methods. If you're a coach, just read about her stuff. If you're someone that needs help with your own marketing in different aspects, reach out. I'm your host, Rockshana. Today's guest was Julie Foucht.